If he had won an election, that would be different. If he had won an election, it would simply mean that that is the ugliness and beauty of democracy. We would have had to accept it. But Bola Ahmed Tinibu, whatever his true name might be, did not win any election. He is attempting to steal one. And it's how any country that is desirous of going into the future can be yoked to the criminal that they have produced as president-elect against the express will of the people.
Lots of activities are unfolding as we continue to pay attention to the polity and the process by which the government is trying to transcend, or a kind of transitional government we're trying to experience as a result of an incoming regime brought about by the president-elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinibu and Shetima Kashim. Yes, that is a very, very ambiguous statement because I'm subject to any court interference or any court verdict. Before or after any court verdict, Tinibu might be sworn in on the 29th of May 2023. But before that, let me allow you have a grip on this update from Dele Farotimi. Yes, I have been following Dele Farotimi for a while now, and if you notice, I always bring you his updates and things he says about the polity. Now, in his usual podcast, you know Dele Farotimi so well, I don't need to introduce him that much, but if you don't know, he's a lawyer and a human rights activist and an author too. Now, in his usual podcast on the dented polity and the present headache peeling off the country, okay, the unstable government and so on, right? Now, he is at it again. He has come this time around to give more intricacies about the issues pertaining to the ongoing tribunal at the Court of Appeal, because Dele Farotimi is not only an activist, but he's one who says things as they are, and the moment he says things as they are, people tend to perceive it with a different sort of perception, because right now Dele Farotimi is one of the strongest human rights activists we have in Nigeria here. So he fearlessly comes out to say what he wants to say, as he wants to say it, and how it is, fearlessly. Let me allow you listen to Dele Farotimi, who always comes to say the truth, which is something he always does as a human rights activist. Watch him.
A battle between good and evil. It is a battle between whether Nigeria is going to go into the future or whether it is locked into a cycle of self-destruction. Because I cannot for the life of me understand how any country that is desirous of going into the future can be yoked to the criminal that they have produced as president-elect against the express will of the people. If he had won an election, that would be different. If he had won an election, it would simply mean that that is the ugliness and beauty of democracy. We would have had to accept it. But Bola Ahmed Tinibu, whatever his true name might be, did not win any election. He is attempting to steal one. And it is the duty of everybody who has a conscience and who is truly desirous of a Nigeria worthy of being bequeathed to our children. We have a duty to oppose this.
Okay, welcome back. Don't forget to like our videos. Don't forget to share them. Don't forget to tap the notification bell so you could get an update from us anytime we drop any. And if you're an incoming subscriber, don't forget to tap the subscribe button, because this particular YouTube channel is that lovely channel that keeps you updated on the polity back to back. Yes, on my take on what Dele Farotimi said there, I wouldn't doubt, because he is someone who always comes out to outrightly say things and put things in the right place over time. Okay, so for Dele Farotimi to explain what he feels the Tinibu government can bring on board, or the kind of damage or the extent or degree of damage and fatality the Tinibu Shetima government will bring upon Nigerians, that should tell you that there is something looming. Okay, there is darkness looming. Dele Farotimi has seen it all, and in his previous update, I brought it to you. In my previous video, he said he feels that we are back again at where we started in 1993. during the MKO Abiola regime and the Babangida and the Abacha regime. Now he has likened Tinibu to Abacha and then Buhari to Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, and then he likened Peter Obi to MKO Abiola. That is according to Dele Farotimi's analysis. Now to the next update, I have a particular video caption from Pastor Dr. Paul Eneche, who is the General Overseer and Chief Pastor of the Dunamis Gospel Church International. He, in one of his services, was addressing the crowd in the church, and then he made a very, very strong prophecy about Nigeria. This prophecy is quite different from the ones he has been given over time, and the prophecy is so clear that all church members were asked to pray over this particular prophecy. Of course, if you know Pastor Dr. Paul Eneche so well, you would know that he is one preacher or one cleric who speaks without fear, devoid of ethnicity or religious sentiments. So, for him to come out and give this prophecy at this time about the 29th day of May 2023, that means there are things we need to look into. Let me allow you watch the prophecy Pastor Dr. Paul Eneche gave to his congregation.
If the person that has been declared is the will of God and the choice of the people of this nation, may nothing stop him. No anger, no hatred, nothing stop him from accessing the throne. But if he is not, if he is not the will of God for this land and not the choice of the people, let nothing cause him to access the throne. Nothing. Lift your voice and say, Father, if the one that has been declared in our nation is the will of God and the choice of the people, let nothing stop him from accessing the throne. Let nothing stop him from accessing the throne. But if he is not the will of God and the choice of the people, let nothing cause him to access the throne. Let nothing. Open your mouth and pray.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is the Nation's Voice Tower. Yes, that was Pastor Dr. Paul Eneche. I wouldn't have much to say on that because that field is divine, and when divine statements come up from men of God, you have really nothing to say than to wait for it to happen. So my own take on that is this: Asiwaju and Shetima should really brace themselves, because they are not just going in for for a government or for an incoming government, but they are going in for tribulations and persecutions. They are going in for criticisms and so on and so forth. So if Asiwaju and Shetima are really meant to be the presidents-elect and then vice president-elect of Nigeria, would yet to see that on 29th May 2023 during the inauguration process. Yes, first of all, I have this particular update now. This is quite different because this has to deal with ethnicity and religious sentiments. Okay, now an unknown man suspected to be from the north central region of the country has made a clarion call for a sort of ethnic and religious coexistence between the Igbos and other tribes that have posed a kind of opposition over time. He was saying this in the wake of the just concluded general elections and what has been happening around the region where he stays, names withheld. So this man was seen in that video fostering or trying to promote a sort or advocate a sort of relationship or coexistence between the Igbos and the Fulanis and other tribes that have been a sort of opposition to the Southeasterners. He is of the opinion that if these people are being asked to leave Nigeria, as it is being alleged that those from the Southeast are asked to leave the country due to one or two agitations for a referendum and so on, he is outrightly saying it is a very wrong thing to tell people of a particular tribe, one of the major tribes of Nigeria, to leave the country if they want to leave. Now, he is of the opinion that there shouldn't be any form of separation, a form of division that should come between Nigerians and its fellow tribes, or to come between other regions and then the southeast, because he believes that the southeast are a pillar of the country, and the Igbos have really stood strong in all ramifications, economically and so on. So this man's opinion is, or the man opined and buttressed his point on the just concluded election brutality and a sort of ethnic bigotry that took place in Lagos during the election time. So let me allow you watch and listen to the legitimate advocacy of this man for ethnic and religious coexistence. Watch him.
We are just envious of the Igbo, because I don't know why we will not apologize to Igbo. Gowon, Obasanjo, Buhari, you need to apologize to Igbo. Tell Igbo sorry. Let the Igbo not go, because Igbo go. Wallahi, I will follow my oga. I will go is. Igbo go for Biafra. I will follow Igbo go Biafra. Without Igbo in Nigeria, there is no Nigeria. And what brought about this agitation for Biafra is because the Igbos are not given their right and their fair share in Nigeria. That is why they are crying and they are complaining, they are agitating for Biafra. Because they are right. You cannot go to a child and tell a child not to cry. If Yaradua was still alive by now, Yaradua, good man, Yaradua, Wallahi would have apologized to Igbo.
Right, all said and done there. These are updates for the hour, and I hope you would always stay glued to Nation's Voice Tower. As for the video you watched, I believe so much that Nigeria, of course, as we always say, one Nigeria. Nigeria is a country with a kind of multi-ethnic distribution. So this multi-ethnic distribution should actually be a baseline for peaceful coexistence amongst us all, because if you really look closely, there are 3 main religions, if not 2, coexisting in Nigeria now, and as such we really need to draw a thin line between who is from this religion and a sort of ethnic segregation, because Nigeria is supposed to move forward for development, government stability and political development, or a sort of developmental governance that should be a sort of projection for the Nigerian government and to Africa at large. So I would support this particular northerner there in that advocacy that he had to bring up, because it was too much that he had to speak up. He has threatened to follow his boss or his manager at work if this separation of, or this ethnic segregation continues. This is actually pledging allegiance to the southeast, and he is from the north. That is a sort of promotion of ethnic coexistence from this man. Thanks for joining us. See you next time in my next video. Bye.